Welcome everyone, good evening, hope everyone's doing wonderfully today, and welcome that Dutch guy, welcome Theo, welcome Ben, welcome Mystic Fjord. You guys unfortunately have to leave in a bit, but you know, that's okay, the stream will be here. Yeah, Rizzo is awake, he's had a bit of a mood today, not enough treats I guess, so let's remedy that right away. Of course, today is this. I don't think I ever show this, do I? But yeah, I always have like a box of treats here for Rizzo, which in the beginning actually tried to get into, but he's learned that that you know, energy waste is just an energy waste. So now he does wait until things actually get out of the box for him to nibble. That is very true. That is very true, Ben. You guys are very beneficial to the stream when it is concerning Rizzo. You guys give him the most treats. So yeah, today we are going to finish up on Soul Reaver, which was suggested by Lord Fiber Maven. Sorry, I always get the names confused. Still thank you very much. I think he also tends to watch the streams later because Friday evenings are a bit tough for him as well. And yeah, if you want to suggest some games, then by all means use the comments !suggest with your game, or via the little suggestion box on Twitch, or for any future tubers out there who are watching this stream later on. You can always also leave a comment, of course. How am I today? I was kind of broken today, to be fair. Woke up with a splitting headache, and I decided to take another nap, and it worked. Got rid of it, but I almost missed my my piano lesson because of that. Because I woke up like 15 minutes before my appointment. I was like, whoops. Anyway, we've got the loss of Panic at Munich. Zombie Bear. Still love the art from these cans, by the way. Really cool. Yeah, and the piano music, it's okay. It's not. I'm not advancing very fast, but we don't need to, you know. As long as we have some progression, and I have a very patient teacher, luckily, who doesn't mind explaining things 5 times over. I find what I have most issue now with when it comes to piano is actually sight reading, which, you know, kind of obvious because I have poor sight anyway. But I can't seem to get to a point where I easily recognize patterns, and that is kind of slowing my progress down quite a bit. So I really need to work on that. Yeah, Griezel's always interested in the beer, and then he gets close to having a sip, and then he's like, no, maybe not. You don't like it. So, how about we get to the game and get things started here. Get the controller out, and we are playing this on the Mister as per usual. Please, Griezel, can you go that way a bit? Thank you. I know you're about to say with pleasure. Of course I would, but did that title screen just move? I never noticed that. Like the dude with the red eyes in the middle. Did he just move? Yeah, look at that. Funny, I never noticed that. Oh well, let's go to our DVD. How are you today? Hope all is well. Hope everything is saved properly this time around, because last time I had to play through the beginning of the game all over again. Oh, and I even got the analog controls right off the bat. So let's see, where are we?
Centuries past, your brother Dumas retreated with his clan into Nosgoth's northern wilderness. Empowered by the gift of Rahab's soul, seek out his mountain stronghold. But tread carefully. These frozen wastes have mysteries yet to disclose.
Alright, so actually it's safe this time. Cool. Which the first time was just totally my fault by not actually opening up the Mister's menu, which will force a save at that point. But if you just shut it down, it doesn't save it to the SD card, so this is fun. So yeah, we need to head to Duma. Now, technically speaking, we can pick up the last glyph power-up as well. But since we need to go to some areas after Duma anyway, I think we are just going to do Duma first. It is also an issue that Duma has barely any enemies in there, and you will discover soon why that is. This is the Duma area, or the frozen tundra area at least. Well, I think the dungeon we went through last time is the Sunken Abbey or the Drowned Abbey. I'm not entirely sure. Oh wait, can't do that. Okay, so I need to go to the physical realm here. And that place is pretty short, but it has some really annoying platforming bits. And I'm not good at that, so I waste a lot of time. But the first dungeon, the Silence Cathedral, that one is probably the worst I find, because that is just... It takes so long. And yeah, most of the enemies we actually find in the overworld are the Duma Legion or Duma Shin, I think. I'm not entirely sure how you are supposed to pronounce how the vampire clans actually are called. But yeah, here's already the dungeon for Duma, which is kind of interesting. Well, I'm not actually sure if I like it or not. It's just different, but it makes sense in a narrative sense. So let's explore why that is.
This city once teemed with the life of my kind. Could it be that other clans had suffered the same fate as mine? In his madness, could Kain spare none of his brood?
It was not Kain, but Duma's own arrogance that brought the downfall of his clan. These are human weapons, Raziel. Believing themselves invincible, Duma and his offspring failed to see an attack coming from the least likely assailants. Complacent in their arrogance, they were taken by surprise, allowing the human vampire hunters to decimate their ranks with little resistance. The few that escaped have been reduced to scavengers.
Yeah, so that is why most of the enemies in the overworld not tied to a specific area are actually of the Duma clan. Because they are the scavengers, and this place is pretty much abandoned because of that, which makes for a rather empty dungeon. Which does make it unique, but I don't know if I actually like it or not because of that. Well, we can't push that block yet, so we need to find a way to get here in the physical realm. To the central area. Don't think we need to go there yet. Yeah, there are some scan lines. I never know what video settings I should be aiming for on the Mister. It's not technically scan lines. I think it's like some weird gradient in the graphics. Yeah, not really my expertise, honestly. I think we need to push that block over there. Am I actually hitting it? And I did add a slight bit of blurriness to the whole thing. Otherwise it just becomes even worse with the scan lines and things. Yeah, that's to the bottom. What area was this? Oh, right, this place. Oh, it actually does a camera pan. Okay. Yeah, you can really go overboard with the with the scan lights on the Mister. It's so you have so many options, and I'm just not. I don't see the differences well enough. But yeah, we can't go anywhere here yet. I think what we need to do is get in here and on top of the block now in the spectrum realm. Spectral realm. Spectrum. I do love how everything keeps getting warped whenever you go. Oh, there's an enemy. As long as he doesn't hit us, we can just ignore him, I guess. Ooh, good question. I think that was Microsoft. Yeah, and then there is some like a lot of crossing between the two as well, with build gates being kind of important for both starting out, I think. It's been a while since I studied the old tech company lore. So we just crossed over the beginning of the area. It can get a bit confusing on where you are actually at. It is still one of the more impressive things of these of this game, that everything is interconnected. It's super impressive. Yeah, I vaguely remember that Microsoft was slightly earlier, but not entirely sure. So let I kind of guess right. It's so hard to keep everything apart in that computer space, the early computer space. Let's see. Do some blocking. Why is the music picking up? Whoa, yeah. Oh. That's why. Let's show off the fire spell. We didn't do that one yet. And it instantly kills the enemies. It's probably the most useful spell in the game. One thing you do want to keep track of, if there are humans nearby as well, they will also burn up quite nicely. Which, if you don't want to piss off the humans, is obviously something you do not want to do. But otherwise, handy spell. So yeah, the objective here is to actually go up there. So we need to do some more blocking. Yeah. Well, to be fair, in this universe, the humans are probably the weakest of the bunch. They don't pose much of a threat. But, you know, every crossbow never fired is a crossbow not having to worry about. So, you know, it is kind of a hidden mechanic in the game. But yeah, we're still a bit of height short here. Is there another one of those? Yes, there is. Was. All right. We still have quite a bit to go, actually. Like, there's only 2 more main dungeons to go, but the final glyph has a dungeon that is pretty long. Definitely the longest and most difficult of the glyph dungeons. And the final area of the game is also pretty long as well, which, you know, you might expect. And this level is no slouch either. It can be real difficult to first figure out how to get through this place. It's not too difficult, just, yeah, it's sometimes a bit hard to figure out where you need to go. So, you know, it's very beneficial that I kinda know what to expect and look out for. Which I've already shown in the previous videos, doesn't guarantee a flawless way. So what are you doing? I was playing with my cable of the headset, so I was getting pulled on. Stupid cat. There he is. And I think we also need to go. I don't think we can get to. Nope, we can't. We need to push this bit to the middle. And Raziel is real strong because he can just push 4 of these blocks. Yeah, I think Soul Reaver is an excellent game. I do slightly prefer the first game in the series, I must admit. Just because of the style of gameplay. Can't we make that? Or just go a bit higher? But this is definitely my second favorite in the series. And it does so many impressive things, I find, from a technical that I should have used the high jump. Such a massive amount of just technical marvels for the PS1 in how it makes everything work, like no loading times, music that is contextual. For example, it picked up as the enemy got closer by, and yeah, everything is interconnected. It's super cool, and so much stuff is just completely optional. This room will prove very important. There's even some vocals in this one. We turned on the gas. There's an enemy there. I thought this was totally empty, but no, there's still some inhabitants, I guess. But yeah, we need to open the door here, so let's pull the lever. Let's pull the lever. Lisa always does the hunger. But the bar is not on the screen yet. It'll come. I think it's like half an hour after the stream starts when it's time to pop up the first time. I kind of like this because you don't know this yet, but this does give you a bit of a hint. It's real, actually kind of interesting that they put an enemy down there. So let's move on. We're not at the end just yet. It's gonna be a while. And now we are over here, which is the gated off area we were in before. Like over here was the place where we climbed that block down there. But now we have 2 blocks. And with 2 blocks, we can get higher to the other side. This is a lot of back and forth going from one side to the other side to make some progress on the first side. So you can actually get further on the third side. You get my drift. It's very much a, well, I want to say platforming level, but that's not really the case. More like just figuring out where the next hole is you can squeeze through, I guess, and how to manipulate the environment to make that so. Because remember that first part we were at? Where we came to that area where we couldn't progress? Well, now we are higher. Where's my... oh. And now we can actually make progress. Well, up until this point. But whenever you're stuck, remember, shift and things might change in a way that you actually can progress further again. Again, to me this is just super impressive that they like at all times this needs to be a memory. I make that right? Yes. We can't pull the lever in the spectrum realm here. Why do I keep saying spectrum realm? We need to shift over again. Yeah, and as I understand it, how the game does this is it loads in 3 areas, or well, basically 4. the area you're in, the spectral version of that area, and the areas besides where you are. So that it will always, you know, has the next bit ready for if you go there. Oh wait. Get up there. I got up there before, right? What the heck? Or did I need to go... No. Oh, did it? Yeah, I'm not... You only get up there in the spectrum realm. Did I goof up? Did I make a mistake by going down here? I might have. Let's go back, I guess. Oh yeah, look, it lowers. Oh, congrats. Congrats, Ben, on that one. Yeah, I guess I needed to... Oh no, am I making that? Nope. Great, awesome. I guess you need to jump across. Just make it. No, damn it. Why am I so terrible at platforming? This killed the momentum of last week as well in that sunken abbey. Yeah, I tried that. Yeah, and I tend to do that only when I go up something, but I should actually do that here as well. You're totally right. Nope. It also doesn't make it. I can't make this. I don't remember having a problem with this at all. What new bot message are you referring to? Oh, where am I? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a timed thing, and it has been around for a while, but it hasn't been working the whole time, because I had set it up that it would only show up after a period of time. And there we go, finally, jeez. And a couple of lines, but I think because it's keeping track of both YouTube and Twitch, it gets confused, so it never actually triggered. So now it's just timed to give you a bit of a reminder. So now we open this up. That took way longer than it needed to be, sorry about that. Sab and platforming, they just do not go along. I think this is progress. We need to go over here. I think this is actually... Yeah, this is the boss door already here. But we can't enter it yet. We need to make an entrance. Yeah, well, I don't remember ever having trouble with that platforming. But I guess that's an issue with all 3D games, or at least the early ones, where it wasn't as polished yet. That being said, this game is by no means the worst at it. There's far worse early 3D games with terrible platforming. Surprisingly, one of the first 3D platformers I tried did it the best, and that is Jumping Flash. That game really did the whole 3D platforming well, because as you jump up in there, it will actually shift the camera down, so you see exactly where you're going to land. Oh, is it? Is it like a updated version or just like the PS1 version? It'll be super interesting to see what they do to it when it's when they do that for a remaster. Because that game has such unique like early 3D. Oh, okay. Ah, yeah, that's right, DVD. There's a little extra interaction you can have, right? Let's try that. I don't think I've ever done that.
My brother, Dumas, a powerful warrior in life. He would have burned with shame to have me find him here like a stuck pig.
What is Wild Hearts? I don't know that game at all, I don't think. So yeah, I think if we... Because he's pretty dead, but... As we know, if you take spears out of a body of a vampire, they just come back to life. And DVD mentioned this. It's pretty cool. Go to the spectral plane here.
Come to save my soul, prodigal brother.
Not to save it, but to take it. Your only salvation is release.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that they put him in here. But he can actually kill your ass now, so let's quickly get out of here. Did not really expect that, but I guess it makes sense. And we need to refill our life. Did not think this through. Hopefully it's not coming off this there. I don't think he is. Cool. Because this boss can be a bit annoying. And what's cool about this boss, or at least there we go. This boss really makes you think outside of the box, most literally, actually. Because, you know, this looks like a giant boss arena, but as we've learned with previous bosses, fighting bosses is never as simple as just whacking them. Well, with one exception, I guess. Get the spear out. There we go. Alright, Ben. Thanks for joining us whilst you were here, and take care. Have a good evening. There we go, neck crack. Yeah.
Unbound at last. I thank you, brother.
Your thanks are premature, Dumas. I have not forgotten whose hands bore me into the abyss.
The centuries in limbo have honed my strength. Not even Kain is my equal.
Even the strongest vampire is vulnerable.
We shall test your thesis, Raziel.
My bloodthirst has been superseded by an even darker hunger. I will consume your soul before this day is done.
Hey there, Tired Rick. Hope you're right. And yeah, I agree. It's a shame that the game does not seem to change things up if you choose to have some alternate scenes. Would be cool. Oh boy. You can avoid that by jumping the moment he slams the floor. Oh no, why am I going into the cage? Yeah, we got one of the spears that he was that was pinned in him. So what's kind of cool is that now we need to lure him around. We need to go here or here? That way, I think. No, back to where we came from. Duma does look pretty badass. And I also agree, I'm not sure who said it, but the music in this boss fight is pretty epic. Don't hit me. Camera has this tendency to go back to like behind Raziel, so it's kind of finicky to make this work correctly. And you might be thinking like, well, just run. It's gonna hurt. The issue with running is that you can lose him, and then you have to go back to his throne room and lure him again. So it's a bit of an annoying boss fight, but I do like the originality in it. It's just something different. Was this the place we need to go? I think so. Still coming, buddy? You lose him? Oh, there he is. Almost lost him. Like, as soon as he loses eye contact, he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna give up. I guess you can also use the sound cues. Now we go back to this room where the game was polite enough to show us the solution earlier by burning up a random baddie. Uh-oh. Mystic Viewers, great to have you here whilst you could. Have a very, very good evening, sir. And now for some barbecue, please hit the switch. Hopefully he's in the middle. The context sensitive items in the environments can sometimes be a bit finicky when they do and they do not actually trigger.
Consuming Duma's soul empowers you to wind a constricting band of spectral energy around your enemies. This energy manifests itself in both the spectral and material realms, and in the physical world, it can be employed to manipulate otherwise immovable objects.
And that's our final big power of the game, or power needed to actually progress in the game, I guess. I never got this to work well with enemies. But we can now collect some good goodies. I want to go back to the boss room. There's already something there we can use it on. Not the boss room itself, but the place I almost accidentally ran into. And I think then would be, well, maybe we should head for the next war point, and then from there clear out the remainder parts of the world. Final goodies. Because at this point I think we can... Yeah, that's kind of weird. Maybe it doesn't show because we have the spear in hand? Let's see. Yeah, it's because of the spear for some reason decided to not show. Normally if you have a weapon it works just fine. So the constrict thing, it just happens whenever you run around something. And technically this is also possible with enemies, but yeah, again, I've never seen it work. Burn them up. Now a Fire Reaver going. Guess that's the only thing you can actually do here. I know there is a heart piece in one of these areas. Maybe you could magic up? I'm not entirely sure. Ouch. Let's... Well, let's just burn him up. I don't think I will get Fire Reaver back now. Did we get the souls? No. Nope. 5 fire. Oh well. We've got plenty of energy, so might as well use the glyphs. They are handy like that, I suppose. Haven't shown the water glyph yet, so we should probably do that as well. I don't find the water glyph is as powerful as the fire glyph. It tends to just stun enemies. Even though it's supposed to burn vampires, I don't think that actually happens. Let's see. Nope. Just stuns them. So in that case you might just as well use the stone glyph. It's a bit less energy intensive. But the fire is instant, an instant kill on the vampires or humans. Oh, and we get a nice refill here. Cool. And that's all? Yeah, okay, so just a refill. Not an actual energy up. I think there's still 2 of those remaining. Yeah, there's 2 of them. Just went through my head a bit like, what could they be? So there's 2 areas we need to revisit. Well, 3 actually, but the third one is like where the glyph dungeon is. I think we'll do that one last and first just collect the other stuff. And I think the most efficient route is to progress a bit further to the next area. Because if I remember correctly, there is a warp gate right as you go into the final dungeon. Because as we saw on the select screen of the teleporter, there are after this place 2 more safe spots, and I think one is right at the beginning of the dungeon and one at the complete other end of the dungeon. To kind of signify a point of no return, I guess, for the final boss fight. Yeah, I've never managed to get that to work.
Wastes, the hushed silences embrace an ancient enigma. In the bowels of this labyrinth, your master awaits.
Kind of weird how the Elder God refers to Kain as his master. Pretty sure Raziel by this point has made it abundantly clear that he doesn't see Kain as his master anymore. He has some... No, that was the right way. He has some issues now with Kain. Probably a way of the Elder God to make Raziel more curious. Uh-oh. Let's see something moving there. There he is. Yeah, the Fire Reaver makes fireballs and they make quick work of most enemies. So if you can keep on to the Fire Reaver, it is super beneficial. I think the Fire Reaver can also put enemies on fire by just slashing them. But, you know, from a distance, way safer. One hit and it's gone, so might as well just do it the easy way. Wow, there's a lot of campfires here. They really want to make use of that Fire Reaver, I guess. Which is completely optional, you can totally not get it. Yeah, I think this side track or the other way. One of these tracks leads to a... yeah, there we go. So I guess the first place we can go to is... go to the Sunken Abbey, I guess. Doesn't really matter which. I think that's this one. Yes. I don't like it that it's those symbols. I find it a bit hard to remember which symbol is which area. I mean, it does kind of help with the world building. It's just a bit hard to keep them all apart. This is the boat area, right? It sure is. It's here in the water should be a goodie for us. Which we could have gotten before, but there's more to be had here, so I think it would make more sense to wait a bit. Could get this as soon as you get the swimming power. Problem here is that there's enemies around though, and can't really fight them well underwater. So you can shoot, right? Yeah, but you get it? We did not. There we go. Let's get the hell out of here. No. Cool little harpoon you can never use because, you know, it's only available on the ship. Well, I guess you can throw it maybe to a place you can actually grab it again. Probably. What's up? And now back to the Sunken Abbey here, which also has something that I actually never gotten. Because I never really figured that was a thing that could be manipulated through the constrict thing. Oh wait, is that door closed? Can we go back? Oh boy, that's gonna suck. So I need to go all the way through the dungeon? Or just die, I guess. Well, first things first. I was kinda expecting that we could get back to the warp room. But I guess that's not possible. Just make sure they are stunned. Cool. But yeah, this thing can be constricted, and I never really figured that was a possibility. Like, it makes sense now that you see it, but actually draining the bathtub here. Cool, cool. There we go. Look at that sneaky boy. Yeah, as long as you have the Soul Reaver, I think the stone glyph is probably the most efficient. Is this just a refill? It is just a refill. Okay. We don't go down the drain. We cannot. There's nothing there. Okay. So that's all, a hard piece, and now we need to go out through the dungeon, I guess. mean, sure, why not? Wait, I'm going the wrong way, am I not? Is there a way to get on to the other part? Because there is a way, like to the area where you have to jump the what do you call those things that are on top here? Where is that? Because what I'm thinking is there is a shortcut to Raziel's place, which happens to be the place that we need to go anyway. It's not here. So in the end, it's not that bad that we have to go through the dungeon, I guess. This place? Looks like we can maybe... Yeah, this was what I was looking for. Like, you need to jump those... I'm not sure what you call those things. It's one of those annoying platforming bits. But through here we can get back into the abbey and then down to the basement. Basically go back to the way where the Fire Reaver was. Which, in hindsight, it probably would have been a better idea to get that at this time, because we need to go there now anyway. Did not think about it. I was just thinking we could get back to that warp gate. But oh well, it is what it is. And yeah, you can always intentionally die and just go back to the Elder God's room. But let's try avoid death if we can, or undeath, or undeath. I'm not sure where Raziel's at right now. Like, how many times can someone end a life? So we need to find a place with the light. Don't tell me it was right to the right as we came down. I guess so. Well, almost. Yes, so this would make much more sense to do this, get the Fire Reaver in one go as well. Oh well, live and learn. It's not that much of a detour, I think. Not want to do that. Now we do get some more of the awesome music. Best music of the game in my opinion. Oh no, there's another one. Fire. Hey, Raziel. Burn them to a crisp. Now this one was pretty easy, especially if you play it like for the second time and you come to this place, you recognize it from the final dungeon. Oh, and we need to press the button. always the last one. Always the last place I check. And it's the one that has nothing. Cool, cool. Did I just reset it now? Yep, I just reset it. I must have used gone. Like it does matter, I think, what way you go around something in order to decide which way it rotates. So let's keep going clockwise. I must have gotten counterclockwise the first time around. But then this should be open. Yes, there we go. What's in here? Oh, just life up. Cool. One more to go. And I do believe there is also some mana or magic or whatever. I think it's Eldritch power or energy. Probably now I've named it everything that it might be apart from the actual name. And that should be the last one, so we'll be topped out. Although I think you also get some from actually picking up the glyph. Pretty sure the maximum is 52 or is it 56 energy? Yeah, there it is. But of course we need to do some more blocking puzzle shenanigans. Awesome. And another one on top of there. And then we just move the pillar, just like we did in Duma's place. Pretty much. Oh, I really did not do that smart. Go. Yeah, we need to push one. Should be good. There we are. How much is it? 42, so either we are not at the maximum or the final glyph will give us 10 glyph points. Which is probably the case, I guess. And now get back to gates. Ah, it's your favorite game as well. Awesome. Welcome, welcome, Denny. What is your favorite game in the whole series? This one? Here we go. Yeah. I tend to enjoy the first game a bit more, but the loading times in that one are absolutely redonkulous, which this game really eliminated well. Just as these early 3D games, they don't tend to age as well, although this is by no means the worst offender. It's still very, very much playable. Legacy of Kain, like the first one, Blood Omen. Alright, let's see. Now we go to the Silence Cathedral. Yes, Dave. Yes, the Vampire Acrobat game. Although, technically, of course... no, this is not the right way. Raziel is not a vampire. Anymore. He's like on his third thing. This is the one. See what I mean? I get confused with these stupid symbols. Some games pull this off better than others, where everything has to be part of the actual environment and aesthetics, and they avoid text. This, I guess, is a very early example of that, but yeah, it just gets a bit confusing when you actually have war points, and even with the glyphs, it's a bit tricky on knowing what glyph actually, which is what. I keep pressing square to swim. I think that's actually like my mind just thinking of jumping into the water in PS1. That's a Tomb Raider thing, and I think in Tomb Raider it's by pressing square, right? So over here, again, we could have gotten this after defeating Rahab. Yeah, there is also the Dreamcast version, which does look a bit nicer. I'm way more used to the PS1 version. And like this fog effect, the Dreamcast version doesn't have that as much. And I kind of think it does add atmosphere. Now, of course, at the end of the game, we do come up in a very, very big limitation when it comes to that fog, where it becomes an issue. But for the most part, just play through these levels, I kind of dig the PS1 look as well. But especially the character models look like 10 times better on the Dreamcast version. Dreamcast version also has the issue, I never played it, so I can't really be sure how much of an issue it becomes. But having the camera controls on the L1 and L2 buttons, no, the two buttons, L2 and R2, that's the one, makes it real handy. And I think on the Dreamcast version you need to use the D-pad for that, which is a bit awkward to do, especially when you are also moving away. So like the Duma fight becomes way more difficult in that regard, I think. So now we're going to fix the lighthouse. I think, yeah, down there is a small little corridor to another warp gate, but we don't need that for now, so let's just skip it and get to that when we are done here, which will be a while. This is for the final glyph of the game. Whoop. And it is by far the biggest of the optional dungeons. It does some neat things though. I do like it. And here's Seb doing platforming again. Awesome. Every freaking time, man. Do I need to go? Oh wait, I need to go on top of that that thing there, I think. Like this, no? Oh wait, there is a platform here. Duh. Yeah, well that's the issue with 3D stuff sometimes. Oh, he's burned. Cool. He's laying on top of the fire, just chilling. Oops. Now where do I go? Oh, I just need to go up. There we go. Now I do want to be careful because I think there's some sneaky bastards in the corridors here. Well, not here yet. Later on then. There we go. Uh-oh. It would be nice if we could keep the Fire Reaver. Just to make such short work of enemies. It's lovely. It's nice. No one here? So the objective here is to actually turn on the lighthouse again. And again, I keep repeating it, but I'm pretty sure more was planned. Like, that's why the cutscenes are in here, but no actual dialogue. I'm pretty sure there was like some talking bits planned as well at some point. I think we need to go in here first. Because down there is a corridor that's closed up, which we can open up in here. Okay. I know I'm gonna get jumped at some point. Nothing. The music is picking up. Ah, there he is. So yeah, we need a way to block this thing off, which we can start moving. It's kind of interesting because at this point the game actually starts to introduce moving objects into your whole platforming thing, which is kind of interesting because it hasn't done that at all throughout the entirety of the whole game. So I know that first time I came across this kind of stuff, like, wow, the game can even do that, because the engine, it just seems like it just relied on static blocks, much like Tomb Raider. But no, it can actually have moving stuff as well. I think after 2 turns we need to actually put the block in, or yeah. And we push it, and now it is stuck. And this has actually, it's not apparent yet, but it has actually opened a doorway down below, which we can now go to. Oh no. Not intend to do that. I think we can just dump it out, right? With water. Bye. Ah, oh, come on. Really? Screw him. Gonna avoid the enemies. We'll need to get to the spectral realm soon anyway. I do believe we need to go all the way to the bottom here. There's nothing on the sides here. And the place to turn things on is somewhere in the bottom. Oh, cool. It's not gonna get us our Reaver back, is it? Nope, got hit too many times. Not a very helpful overview here. But we can't actually go anywhere here. What we need to do is go to the spectral plane here, and that will actually open up this area, so you can actually get through. Yeah, the combat in the game is kind of there. Like, nothing is actually supposed to be a threat to Raziel, so, you know, shouldn't even be the highlight of the game, I guess. But as a result, it is kinda janky. Not really the most fun of the game. Most fun is in figuring out these, let's see, yeah. Like the way you actually progress through these levels. Should be alright. Anyone here? Nope. Good, more block pushing. Although this one is very mild. Like, it's just a simple connect the pipe thing. So let's do that. We've seen the same principle as this in Silence Cathedral, I think, right? go, and this should be another straight. Wrong way. Dave, where are you from? From Spain or somewhere else, or do you just know Spanish? Which I, by the way, do not. So I can't follow too much. Like only some words and then. No, I did not know that, David. That's, I had no clue. Oh, okay, cool. So now this thing, I'm not sure what kind of gas it is. It doesn't look pleasant. But yeah, look, completely movable objects are now incorporated into the platforming, which is interesting. I've only been in Spain once, I'm ashamed to say. For a when we were still touring the theaters, we had a performance in Barcelona. So even when I was in Spain, I did not unfortunately get to see a whole lot of it. But now we make our way back, because now we have turned on the lighthouse here, the light. And to England I've been a couple more times. But England is vast as well. Time to make our way back upstairs here. Oh wow, forgot about him. What'd you get for scaring me like that? Did he get burned? By what? And that's our next destination. There our final glyph can actually be found, finally. Again, it's by far the longest of the optional dungeons here. Yeah, I'm not sure why this guy got burned. It's weird. Now these things move up and down as well. I know, to me it's just so weird, like the whole game is almost everything is static. The only time something moves is when you shift the realms. And now all of a sudden the game is like, oh, we can do moving platforms as well. No biggie. Ouch. Oh man, you know what? Oh, whoa. Forget about you guys. I was thinking maybe I can get enough health back. Should have just used another glyph, I guess. Hey, buddy. Just gonna ignore him. Because we're at the destination already. This is another example of where it's kind of hard to keep remembering like everything that's in your arsenal. And I remember not getting this at all the first time. I just did not think of doing this. But you remember every time you're stuck, go to the spectral plane. And I did that and nothing happened. Thing is, you need to do it the moment that the light is hitting the triangle there. That is the way to do this part. So I know the first time I got here, I was super confused on what to do. But I do like it. It uses the different game mechanics to great effect. It just forces you to think differently because especially that Duma fight, like you're so trained in games to fight a boss in their area. So just the idea that you can lure the boss outside and just have him chase throughout the level to have him walk into a trap. Just... Oh, I don't have enough health. It's just so... I don't know, interesting in the design department, like... And it makes sense. It's just not something gamers tend to do well at, you know, we're used to fighting a boss in their arena. And I love it when games force you to think outside of the box. Do completely different things. So now we have the sunlight glyph over here, which takes a whopping 10 energy, and yeah, it did give us 10 energy as well. But it kills all the vampires in one go. Now, you might be saying like, but the fire thing does that as well. And yeah, it does. But there are some differences. For one, the sun glyph goes much further, the range is bigger, and also another difference is that it does not harm humans. Oh, well played, sir, well played. So if you're in a big room with vampires and humans, you want to remain friendly with the humans, then it's actually useful. Now the issue is never really going to come up, to be fair. Should send him flying. Not far enough. Sends me flying. Awesome. I should have... Should have just avoided him. Instead of wasting time. Trying to be all fancy like. Rarely worth it. And I think that's everything. I don't think there's anything left that we need to collect. We've got maximum energy as 52. We've got all the hearts or life ups that we can get. So all that remains is to go to the final dungeon and have a word with Kain. Or, you know, knowing Kain, he probably has a lot of words himself. Are we doing on time? Oh, pretty good, pretty good. We're making good time here. Here we go. To the Oracle's Cave, which is kind of cool because this is another area that was also in Blood Omen. It also had this kind of like the wall textures here were also kind of present in Blood Omen, like the same kind of aesthetics. It's neat. Another dude in here? It was not. Oh wait, I need to go to the spectral world, right? Because, yeah. We need to open that door. Might as well. Yeah, so this is what I meant, like, when you see one of these and you get to use them, and then the next time you play, you go to Raziel's keep, and you see that thing in the middle, and you're like, wait a minute, I've had that in the end of the game as well. So it's really nice in that. Anyway, objective here is to get to the other side and open that door. The way to do that is to fill those holes on the wall there on the side. And there's one on this side, one on the other side. The problem is there's only 2 blocks. And they are on this side in this wall. And which one did we need? As soon as you fill this out, one of the things closes. And it needs to go to the other side, this block. So the way to do that is to open that other side up again. But that closes this side. It's honestly not that difficult. Just, you know, some light puzzling at the end of the game. This dungeon is all about the puzzles. And quite a hefty variety of puzzles as well. It's like not just block pushing. Although there will be that as well. And then we go to the other side. I guess you could also shift back and then do the constriction again. Would work just as well, I suppose. All the way to the other side. Get it into the Z. I'm not sure if the runes used in this game are actually based on some actual rune system. I doubt it. You might hear something in the background. Someone is celebrating something with fireworks. Yeah, now we need to go to this side. Oops, one time too far. Kinda like in Blood Omen, this area was kind of the halfway point in the game, I suppose. Maybe, well, maybe a bit before that. Nah, I think halfway is about a nice place, and it was quite a difficult cave as well. And maybe this was also planned in Soul Reaver, that this would make for sort of the halfway point. There's so much content cut from this game. And because at the end here there is a confrontation with Kain, and it used to be that there would be another confrontation with Kain, which I think is still somewhat in the game accessible. Not entirely sure if that is from the... No, it probably was from an alpha build. Yeah, buddy. And there were more dungeons planned, like the human citadel. We went over that last week. That used to be a big area as well underneath there, where you would find the cult leader, who's basically herding humans in the city. Using them as cattle, basically. And Purell, the final brother from Raziel's vampiric times, was also supposed to be in the game, but he got cut. Did I forget my... Where's the... Oh, there it is. Every time Griezer decides to go for a drink, he leaves the door open wide ajar, and there will be a nasty draft right away. I think if we go back, we can actually get something up here. Or was it maybe the yeah, fire? That's what I was thinking. It's either going to be fire or some magic up. This also had me a bit stumped at the time because I completely forgot about this mechanic. But yeah, you can shoot blocks and they will move as well. It's just not used a whole lot, and it's been a while since you had to use it. So again, really cool that they do bring it back, and if you think about all the abilities that you do have and how to properly make use of them. So I remember pushing one block in here, then pushing one block like in here, you know, thinking like, oh, only maybe one is needed, but nope, you need both. Let's go back, I think. This puzzle is pretty self-explanatory, just these things point into the center. I was actually too fast. That doesn't happen too often. And that opens the door at the beginning, giving you a nice hint there of the place we've been to. So is this a shortcut? I don't remember. Oh no, it's just magic. Which we don't need. Wow, he almost killed us too. That would have been embarrassing. Jeez. I mean, it still wasn't the highlight of the stream. But, this way? No, that way. Oh wait, no, I need to go one further. Damn it. That's dumb. Oh boy, dude. I tried to press select. I was a bit too slow. I think at the beginning... No, it doesn't matter, I think. Because over here there is a giant fire.
The Oracle's Cave, where Kain's first fateful meeting with Mobius occurred. Mobius played the role of a doddering soothsayer, stirring his pot of visions while dispensing enigmatic predictions to gullible visitors. Underneath the facade was Mobius the Time Streamer, sorcerer of the Circle of Nine, a ruthless manipulator with the power to bend time. Since his murder at Kain's hands centuries ago, these caves have stood vacant, though, like Mobius himself, they are rumored to be only a facade for a much larger, more elaborate complex. I sensed that Kain was here, and at that moment, I would have plumbed the depths of hell to find him.
Let's get fired up and see if we can actually do that. Alright, we need to stir the pot here. Oh, it's later. There is going to be a part where they will jump attack you.
This, I deduced, must be the man himself, the Time Streamer, Mobius. He seemed not at all the impressive figure I had imagined from Kain's boasted exploits. And yet, even this cold image radiated a certain undeniable power.
Mobius was the devious one for sure. This is pretty simple. You need to just roll these to make it 6 or 12. I don't remember. Please so. Ben is back, and Ben is always here for you. Ben will always see you pet. That actually kind of scared me because it was so silent for a while. No, Ben, it was the first lot. Liesel had already given up at one point. Here you go, buddy. It's gotten pretty quiet for a while. Just noticed that I forgot to put away this. Oh well, I'm such a messy guy. On Wednesday, I noticed that I even forgot to turn on the lights. Like, what the heck? Yeah, Mystic had to leave as well. He had an appointment with a friend from out of town. So that basically reduced chances for Grizo to get fed to 0. Poor Grizo. Don't you worry, you got normal food as well, which is never enough, of course. Let's see, everyone loves Grizo. Grizo is the best. Especially at eating. Here we go. Good old 6 o'clock. Here? Nope. Right, new kind of puzzle. Making colors. Like, yeah, the puzzles in this area aren't really difficult. Like, I'm not sure what the purpose of this is, but I can't think that these Dora the Explorer kind of puzzles are keeping a lot of people out. Oh, it's kind of weird in general, isn't it? Like these final levels, and you clear all these. Well, not necessarily even final levels, but just in general, you clear all of these puzzles, and then at the end there is a dude there who's been there all the time. Like, how did they get there? But simple stuff. But again, it's completely unique, this puzzle. It's totally different, never seen in the game before. Won't be seen in the game after. It's just this one time. You're going to guilt trip them because they will make a poor little kitty go hungry. Well, little. Can't really say it is little, like especially this part here, the belly part. Not little. Normally, when you go for the belly, he goes in the attack, but for some reason he's okay with it now. He is kind of big for a cat, but for a Maine Coon, he is actually kind of small. Alright, this puzzle isn't also not very difficult, like there's different symbols, and there's symbols on the floor. With the different, what do you call those things? The hands. So first is the yellow one. It's a like 2 kind of trees, almost. Which one is that? That's this one. So one's to the left. And then that thingy, the 2 triangle kind of things. That's this one. And where is blue? Where's blue? To the right. Okami. Oh, good. Okami is awesome. Hey there, Pirate Game Boy. How are you today? And then red. Red is the I don't know, dream thingy? Dream, what's the thing that you hang on top of your bed? Above your bed. 3 times to the left. Dream. Yeah, Okami, I'm most familiar with Okami on the PS2, I think. There was also a Wii version. And there's an HD. I think I also have the HD thing. Oh, good to know, the Pirate Game Boy. Ah, crap. That was poorly handled. There goes my Fire Reaver. Oh well. Oh man, waking up is kind of a... I don't know, man. I hate waking up. And I do it so easily nowadays. Well, whatever. Now, getting up is the achievement. The waking up part is easy. But the getting up and getting started on things, that is a thing. Okay, so it isn't very clear what you need to do here, but we did in the lighthouse, we jammed something, and it's jammed here as well. So all you have to do is unjam this thing and then things will start up again. Not super clear. Yes, any game goes. If it is a game I can't do for any reason, I will put it on a separate list. And I will try to make it so that I actually can get to it eventually. But any game really goes. It's kind of hard to judge. Now it's coming towards us, right? Yes. Again, I'm just super impressed that they do the moving parts here, like the entire game completely static, and then all of a sudden, right at the end of the game, they actually... Oh, really, guy? Come on, get out of here. How would I do that though? Like, just go through all the courses? And if something is suggested that's also already on the list, then it will just get extra weight, like it gets its little slice of the pie doubled. Oh, I forgot something. Because I need to actually push these blocks down. Oh, there is an actual story mode in Trials? I thought it was like just courses. Almost out of energy. So here's another block pushing puzzle. Oops. Yeah, typically how I want to go about these things is just play until the credits. And not necessarily go for all the extra stuff. Although this game I do actually collect all the stuff. So we actually are going for a full clear on this game, I guess. But that's not necessarily what I'm aiming for with most of the games. Am I actually doing this right? What do you look like? Is it right? Wait, no, that's not it at all. What the heck? Oh. Well, we can only do one at a time anyway, so, you know, as long as the wheel doesn't crash. Yeah, and that's the second thing that you gotta keep in mind, I guess. Sometimes some games are unlikely to actually get featured because people will just vote it away. Like, I'm pretty sure if someone, for example, suggests Sims, that if it comes up, like, no one's gonna wanna see Sims. At least I hope not. I don't want to see Sims. Still not my Fire Reaver. Probably gonna happen. So the objective of this one is to match these symbols with the symbols that are on there. So we've got a like a football goal and a T and a triangle and a pie and a circle and a Z. Okay. Can I remember all that crap? Probably not. What do we have here? It's a Z and that was matched to the circle. That should be good. This is a T thing, which was with the triangle, I think. Oh no, this was the triangle. I think. Right? Here we go. Please, so really? Every freaking time. I need a cat door in my door. And again, completely moving object here. It's like, I just don't know why they never made use of such objects in the beginning of the game at all. So weird. And they're not even like super janky or anything. Like sometimes you have these games where stuff like this gets super janky and it doesn't work at all, and that's why they only use it like once or something. But no, it's very stable. Yeah, and if you do rules or commands, you can actually get a link to the spreadsheet where you can see all of the suggestions so far and the games we've gone through already. Don't tell anyone, but I might have something planned at some point where, you know, the games we played through, and give something to the people who have suggested those. I don't know. I do want to kind of sort of say a big thank you to those who indulge in my stupid streams and the weird mechanics I think of throughout. Oh crap! This is yeah, this is a corridor of visions or whatever. So now we get a bunch of scenes. We get the corridor of cut content as well. Let's go for the first one, I guess. You can't skip these, by the way.
My arrival in this miserable age. What trickery is this?
It is no illusion, Raziel, but a glimpse into the currents of time itself.
No, that's the past. Yeah, there's a bunch of these. And that actually means that we are coming up to the final boss of the game. Faster than I had anticipated, actually.
These apparitions torment me. Has this all been foretold?
Potentially one of the most important happenings in the entire series. Look at that compression on those FMVs, by the way. Holy cow, they don't look nice at all. The demo that plays when you just stand on the menu is exactly as compressed. They look super ugly. Oh, Beyond the Oasis. That's an awesome game. I think I have that Mega Drive and never played through it. Yeah, I think I have it. It's named differently here though. What's the name?
Impossible. This must be one of Kain's deceptions.
Not too sure why Raziel is such so impressed with the thing that he's already seen before. Like, there's nothing deceptive about this one. It's just something from the past. Yeah, Beyond Oasis is a game that I have been wanting to play through in its entirety because I've never gotten very far into it. Just because I didn't really get stuck with it.
My mind reels with conflict. Does Kain await me moments from now? Or in some century yet to come?
So this scene is actually not in the game. This is cut content. That was actually the second boss, or no, the third boss fight that was supposed to happen with Kain. Your final confrontation, but we only get 2 confrontations now. Oh, it's not that long. Yeah, I don't know. I just went through the first dungeon a really long time ago, and I enjoyed it, but for some reason I just never continued. Not sure why. Of course, Ben notices that.
be? What madness does this scene portend? Kain must think me credulous to suffer these lies.
This is also cut content where Raziel will plunge the blade into Ariel. It will kind of come up later in the series, but yeah, I guess they had these scenes and I were like, yeah, we're gonna use them. Well, it was cut content, but yeah, I do have something planned, like eventually, probably, or you know, around my birthday, where I will just give something to those who have suggested and the games we've played through. Not a whole lot, because I'm no rich fella here, and I've not really worked it out yet.
Is this phantasm a conjuration of my mind, or an echo of future events?
I had an idea of forcing suggestions too, and just make that a kind of a commission paid thing via Ko-fi or coffee. I'm never sure how you should pronounce it. Thing is that it just becomes really hard, but maybe there is also an idea to do that in a way, if there's just, I don't know, I need to think about it. Need to think about a lot of things lately. It's not being going too well, to be honest, for me, so a lot of things to think about. And this is the final warp of the game. So, you know, if you still want to go back and check out different parts of the areas, you can do that from this part on. Past this, there is only the final boss, which, to be honest, is kind of a crappy final boss. Just checking if all the warps are enabled. Yeah, I could. Never played through that game either. I don't want to go anywhere. How do I exit? Oh. No. There we go. If you do ! Dino Crisis, it will get added to a text file, so I cannot forget it. And at the end of the game, I will spin a wheel and we'll decide what game next to play. With an exception to today, by the way. I'm sorry to say. Anyway, epic cutscene time. Hope you enjoy this one. I do.
At last. I must say I'm disappointed in your progress. I imagined you'd be here sooner. Tell me, did it trouble you to murder your brothers?
Did it trouble you when you ordered me into the abyss?
No. I had faith in you. In your ability to hate. In your self-righteous indignation.
Lies. You cannot have foreseen all of this.
Eternity is relentless, Raziel. When I first stole into this chamber centuries ago, I did not fathom the true power of knowledge. To know the future, Raziel. To see its paths and streams tracing out into the infinite. As a man, I could never have contained such forbidden truths. But each of us is so much more than we once were. Gazing out across the plains of possibility, do you not feel with all your soul how we have become like gods? And as such, are we not indivisible? As long as a single one of us stands, we are legion. And that is why when I must sacrifice my children to the void, I can do so with a clear heart.
Very poetic, Kain. But in the end, you offer no more than a convenient rationalization for your crimes.
These chambers offer insight for those patient enough to look. In your haste to find me, perhaps you have not gazed deeply enough. Our futures are predestined. Mobius foretold mine a millennium ago. We each play out the parts fate has written for us. We are compelled ineluctably down preordained paths. Free will is an illusion.
I have been to the tomb of Seraphan, Kain. Your dirty secret is exposed. How could you transform a Seraphan priest into a vampire?
How could I not? One must keep his friends close, Raziel, and his enemies even closer. Can you grasp the absurd beauty of the paradox? We're the same. Seraphan and vampire. With our holy wars, our obsession with Nosgoth's domination, who better to serve me than those whose passion transcends all notions of good and evil?
I will not applaud your clever blasphemy. The Seraphan were saviors, defending Nosgoth from the corruption that we represent. My eyes are opened, Kain. I find no nobility in the unlife you rudely forced on my unwilling corpse.
You may have uncovered your past, but you know nothing of it. You think the Seraphan were noble, altruistic? Don't be simple. Their agenda was the same as ours.
You are lost in a maze of moral relativism, Kain. These apparitions and portents. What game are you playing now?
Destiny is a game, is it not? And now, you await my latest move.
Oh, there he is. Yeah, this is basically the same as the first fight. It sucks. I do love the script in this whole game though, but yeah, this is also the one boss fight where the limited draw distance on the PS1 version is a big pain in the ass. And hopefully this won't take forever, but I think the developers really also was too late there. Kind of thought that this boss fight kind of sucked because they kind of gave you infinite health. Like if you're in the center of this arena, you literally cannot go back to the spectral plane. Because you are constantly regenerating your health. And now the hard thing begins, because now he's at the top level, and yeah, this is where the limited... Like, I have no clue where he is, although I think, pretty much, if I just stay like this... Where should I stay like this? Oh, there he is. Just too late. You have so little time. Because we got all the health pickups, we actually got enough health to take some hits. I think if you don't move, you will basically go to the same area. No, that's so much for that hypothesis. Hypothesis. Or as Duma would say, feces. One of the better lines in the game. Let's test your feces on that. Where are you? Sure, there is a way you can kinda get him locked where he keeps going to the same area. No, too late. Yeah, so if I don't move, he keeps going from the same place. Yeah, okay, so let's do it next time. There we go. Stupid boss fight.
You nearly had me, Raziel. But this is not where or how it ends. Fate promises more twists before this drama unfolds completely.
Sure does.
Be warned, Raziel. Once you cross this threshold, you are beyond my influence.
Raziel, Redeemer and Destroyer, Pawn and Messiah. Welcome, time-span soul. Welcome to your destiny. Where time is but a loop, a loose stitch in the universal cloth. A streamer might seize upon a chance, a fatal slip, and plunge the fate of planets into chaos.
Ah, man. Now we have to play through Soul Reaver 2 at some point to get more of the story. Yeah, kind of annoying that they don't actually like the ending is not super satisfying when it comes to just this game. Again, a lot content got cut from the game, unfortunately. Yeah, it's a giant cliffhanger. Is the result of that. Like initially, you would face Kain here, and you would get the ability to shift at any time you wish, and then you had to go to another keep. Eventually, and at the end of the game, Raziel would actually kill Kain, and he would actually eradicate all vampires by sounding the silenced cathedral. But that all cut, so that's unfortunate. So yeah, now we need to go to the past in Soul Reaver 2, which in the original script was also, you know, a place where Raziel would end, but there would be one big difference, and that is this time around, when we go back in time, Kain is alive. Where in the original planning, Kain would have died by your hand at the end of the game. But yeah, that final boss kind of sucks, I think. It's not really satisfying at all. I think they pretty much knew that because of the health pad that's in the middle there. It's just it's not really well thought out, I think. But oh well. At least you got some epic voice acting in front of it and afterwards, so that's cool. And yeah, the second game is on the list because Lord Viper Maven he just suggested the whole series pretty much. So we will get to it at some point. I'm not sure when. We'll see, but will be great. I'm not as familiar with Soul Reaver 2 as the first one, or Blood Omen for that matter. Those two I played the most. I did play through Soul Reaver 2 and Defiance at one point, but it's been a while. And I think Soul Reaver, the series kind of goes downhill from here, I think. Both in gameplay, although it never gets bad, but also in story. Like, the story is going to get expanded, but it just gets so convoluted and hard to follow. And yeah, I think they just were a bit too ambitious with this game, and seeing how much trouble they even had with the rights and just getting things to work properly, it's still amazing how much they got done. And the final story that they came up with is it still works, but yeah, I would have preferred that, I think, at least, like that first draft as well, where you would actually eradicate all of the vampires from this destroyed world. Would have been a bit more satisfying than this. Always kind of sucks when you see a to be continued and it just leaves you questioning and feeling empty. But oh well, it is what it is. Still an amazing game. Very much fun to play through. I think it's a game that held up quite well. Both in the control department as the visuals. It's very stylized. I mean, you gotta love those early 3D graphics, I guess. But yeah, I'm quite fond of those early PS1 rough graphics, so I don't mind them at all. I'm pretty sure someone is also working on. There is a HD version of this in the making, like a fan-made one. What's also cool is that I think because Crystal Dynamics got the rights back to the series, because Square Enix sold the rights off to Crystal Dynamics, because Square Enix bet all their money on NFTs, which we all know by now wasn't the smartest of things to do, so they they needed some cash inflow. So they actually sold the rights back to the Legacy of Kain to Crystal Dynamics. So I hope they will do something more with the series in the future. They did have a survey a while back, I think like in October or something. And they were kind of overwhelmed, I think, by the response of that. And people still looking forward to another game. So that gives us hope for something cool. Square Enix never really did anything with it. They attempted one game. And it looked kind of meh. Yeah, that controller, yeah, it keeps sliding down. The thing is a bit too hard. This is also an 8-bit DOE controller. I don't think you can get this anymore. And you know, it just has a Famicom style. I just got it because I like the look of it, but it's not the best controller of the 8-bit DOE lineup, to be honest. I just like the look of the Famicom controller. Yeah, and yeah, it looks like nice, and that's basically why I got it. And it does fine. It plays okay. I guess I actually prefer it over this one, the SNES one here, because this one is so weird to me. It doesn't feel right. Like these sticks. I don't know, man. It doesn't feel right. Sticks and then a flat controller, and these things, they don't work either. They're too small, too narrow. So yeah, I think this is my worst one for the 8-bit DOE controller. But oh well. Yeah, Chemical Plant Zone. Let's give Frizo his little play here. I love the design of the original Famicom they got in Japan. And kind of sad we got the ugly grey box that we did in comparison. I am happy that the Super Famicom, we got the same color scheme in Europe, which I think is much better than the American one. But with the NES, unfortunately, we did not get some. I hunger. Of course you hunger. You just had some. Anyway, as I was alluding to before, I am actually not going to spin the wheel. because I am going to skip on the Fridays for a while. I've noticed that it's too much for me. I can't handle it well. I'm just yeah. I'm made of weak sauce lately, and it's just been a bit too much for me. So instead of now and then canceling streams, which is always crappy to do, I'm just going to say that I am going to drop back to 2 weeks or 2 times per week. And maybe that way I can also kind of still work on some videos, because I have not had the energy to do anything in that sense, which is super frustrating to me. So yeah, I need to drop down just a bit on the load. So we are going to play on Sunday some probably Commodore 64 games, I think. Don't eat the plastic again, you idiot. We already had some. It'll be enough for tonight. No, it won't. And on Wednesday we will continue on Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night. Yeah, you could really see on Wednesday that I actually was a bit tired to do that well, but hopefully that's better on Wednesday. We'll see. It's a fun game regardless, and you can fumble about a bit, so that's always great. Anyway, for tonight, we are done, and yeah, as I said, it was a bit faster than I had anticipated. I was actually kind of worried that I could fit it all in, but went better than expected. Really nice. Had some good time. And I hope you enjoy this Let's Play of Soul Reaver. I think it's an excellent game. I love the whole series, but especially the first 2 games are real special to me. The later ones less so, but still they're decent. Maybe with the exception of Blood Omen, because Blood Omen 2 kinda really fumbles in the story department. I cannot concentrate with this music. Get out of here. That was annoying. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching again. Maybe as a VOD, maybe live now. Always great to have you along. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you will have a wonderful weekend. And I hope to see you next time on the Sunday. So until that time, take care, and yeah, have a good one. See you later. Take care. For now I say, a muzzle.